Hello, welcome back. So in this lesson I'm going to be giving you different tips on when you are working on drawing that you can use. And all these tips only applies to different situations. So I'm just showing you the tips. So the first one is how to break and reassign alignment in SolidWorks. So we're gonna add our view for our drawing. So let's select the check body for this one, and let's just add the front view. And I'm going to hide that origin point, and I'm going to increase the scale. So properties, and I'm going to probably increase this to 1:1 and click OK. So I have this view, and next thing, let's project that view over. So the first thing we want to do is breaking alignment and reassigning it. So as we see this drawing now, as you see, if I click on this drawing, I can only drag it horizontally, but I can't move it up and down because that center line that you are seeing is indicating that this drawing is aligned with this drawing. To break that alignment, what we need to do is right click on it. To break that alignment, all we need to do is right click on this drawing. So we'll right click on it, we'll go to alignment, and we want to select break. So once we break that alignment, now as you can see, this drawing is free to move around, and this drawing is not aligned with this drawing anymore. Sometimes, depending on what type of drawing you are working on or the company you work for, the company I work for, most times we break the alignment and we probably only just use one view for the drawing. And to reassign this back, what you will do is right click on it again, click alignment, and you want to align by, I'm not sure which one works for this one, but let's just try. So align vertically, would align vertically. This one we want to do horizontally by center. So align horizontally by origin point. Let's try that one. So then I'll click this drawing, and that's the one that works for this. As you can see, it has aligned it back. So I'll right click again, alignment break. So now let's say I move it there. Now I want to right click, alignment. So I want to align it horizontally by the origin point. So align horizontally by origin point, and I'll select this drawing, and now those two are aligned again. So that's how you break alignment and reassign alignment in SolidWorks drawing. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture. Bye. So welcome back. So still continuing from the last lecture. So in this lecture, we are going to be talking about how to show and hide drawings in SolidWorks. So we have these two views. Like we said in the last lesson, this drawing is aligned with that drawing. So now let's say we want to hide this view. We want to hide this view, but just leave this view. So what we'll do is right click on it and find our hide. And sometimes you have to click on that down arrow. Let me show you again. Right click on it and click on this arrow until you see the hide, and you press hide on it, and you hide that view. And to show it, that since we know that drawing is there, we can just right click on it again and show. And the same thing goes for this one. Right click, click on this down arrow, hide, and that is how you hide drawing. Sometimes when you hide a drawing, you might get the option that do you want to hide all drawings, and you will click no, but the option is not showing for this one, probably because the drawing is projected. So I'm going to show that drawing, and let me try to add a section view, so maybe I can show you what I mean. I'm going to add a section view to this drawing, click OK, and move it over here. So now let me see if it works, and I'm going to try to hide this drawing. There you go. Now I have that option because I'm trying to hide the main view where this section is derived from. Now it's asking me, do you want to hide dependent view also, which is this view, and I can select no. and now only that view is hidden, and now I still have this view. And to show it back, I can just click show. So that is how you hide and show drawings in SolidWorks. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture. Bye. Hello. So moving on, in this lecture we are going to be talking about how to hide and show lines in SolidWorks. So to start, let me just delete this view because we don't need it, and I'm going to move this view over by clicking on that view and moving it over. So depending on whatever company you work for, some companies might require you to just take out all these extra fillet lines that are applied to the drawing that are not really needed. So what you can do is you can just hide those edges in the drawing. So to do that, you right click and you see this hide and show edge, you click it, and any line you click. So you can hold the control key and click on multiple lines and all the lines you want to hide, and once you've clicked them, you right click and show and hide, and that's how you can delete all that lines. And at the company where I currently work for, we use this feature to clean the drawing a lot nicer. So that is pretty much how you hide it. And let's say you hide the drawing, you didn't delete it, you just hide those edges. As you can see, if I hover over it, the line is still kind of like highlighting when I hover over it. So to show it back, just hover over it till one of those lines shows and right click and click show, and right click and click show, and now you have all those lines in the yellow are the lines you've deleted. So now you can, if you start selecting them one by one, those lines will start showing back again. So I'll just select all those lines and click OK, and now the lines are back again. So that is how you hide and show lines in SolidWorks. In some cases you would need it, especially like, okay, up here with all this extra line, you can delete it, so that way the drawing is not more complicated to read when you send it to like a manufacturer. Anyway, thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture. Bye. Hello, welcome back. So in this lesson we are going to be learning how to rotate a view in SolidWorks. So to rotate a view is very simple. You right click on the view you want to rotate, and you see this zoom, pan, rotate, and you have all the different things you can do. Zoom to fit sheet, which gives you that zoom to fit sheet, but the ones we are going to be covering is the view rotate view. So you click on the rotate view and you'll get this dialog box, which is drawing view angle. So now you can type in your angle. Let's type in 45, and as you can see, that view has rotated 45 degrees. And let's type in 90, and that view has rotated 90. And you can also type in a negative number, negative 90, and that view has rotated negative 90. So again, everything is depending on what company you work for. The company that I currently work for, we use this rotating view a lot, depending on what type of drawing we are trying to create. So I just wanted to show you this tip just to add to your arsenal as one of the skills you can perform anytime you're creating a drawing. So these are a few things you can do. Rotate your views just to make everything fit the way you want. So for example, the company I work for, although this is not really ideal as far as for like ASME standard where everything needs to be aligned, but some company just have their own way of doing things, and it's just a way to know. And as you can see, if I click on that view and I rotate it, I can also do that, and the angle is changing in my drawing angle view, and I can just rotate it however I want. And anyway, thank you. Once you're done, you just click apply, and you can always go back into that view again, rotate view, view palm, rotate view, and change your values over there. Anyway, thank you, and I will see you in the next lecture. Bye. Hello. In this section, we are going to be working on how to animate our check valve assembly. And so in this lesson in particular, we are going to be doing the simple rotation model for our check valve. So to start, let's just open our check valve, browse to your assembly and open it. And the first thing we need to do is, and let's click on the right plane and press normal 2, so our view is in the right plane view. Then now go into the motion study, and the next thing we want to do is under this orientation and camera, right click on it and press disable playback of view keys. So it's the first one, disable playback of view keys. Press that, make sure you select that. Then the next thing we need to do is right over here where it says animation wizard, click that, and we are doing a rotation model. So to rotate your model, you just click next, and the next option is around what axis are we trying to rotate it. Based on how our model is designed, we want to rotate it around the y-axis, and this little blue thing actually gives you the preview. So if I select the X, it tells you in which direction it will be rotating, and if I select the Z, it's saying in what direction. But in our case, we want to rotate it around the y-axis, and you can tell the y-axis is over here, and in the clockwise direction we'll click next. And the duration for our animation, let's make it 5 seconds, and the start time we want to start at 0. Then we'll click finish. So now when we press play, our animation will rotate for 5 seconds, and the keyframe for our animation is add here, and our animation will rotate for 5 seconds, as you can see. And that is pretty much how you do your rotate animation in SolidWorks. So to save it, we'll press this save button, save animation. We'll browse to you can browse to the location where you want to save it. We'll save it in our project folder. You pick the name, Microsoft AVI. Then under this custom aspect ratio, I always like to do 16:9, something like that. And the frames per second will do 25 frames per second. Then we'll click save and click OK. We'll just click uncompress, full frames uncompress, click OK. And this is just asking, do I want it to recalculate? We'll click yes, and now our animation is recalculating, and once it's done, it's actually rendering our animation out. So let's just give it a couple of seconds, and I will show you what it looks like once we are finished. So it's almost done. Okay, so now animation is done. So what we need to do is browse to our file location, and let me browse to the file location just a second. So I browse to my file location and select my check valve, and you can see now the video for this animation has been added there, and when I play, you can see our animation playing for 5 seconds. So that is how you do your first rotate animation, and thank you. I will see you in the next lecture. Bye.